Hi everyone, and welcome back to Sandling Junction. This is going to be forming my January update for the layout and the channel, and although it is an update, it's also tinged with some sadness really, because what you see behind me was what was for a long time No Name Junction, and those who've been following me on the channel will know that what I've done here is more of an experiment. Well, not an experiment, it's more a learning curve. It's where I've a training ground, basically. I've learned all the things that I shouldn't have done and have done, and how not to and what to do for the future. And recent videos have shown that I've been changing the garage over. The floor is now complete, and the front is done, as you can see from the windows and that in the future. I've still got to put some gyprock over the inside, but once that's done, we're sorted. But I'm actually ready to start making tables for the new Sandling Junction. Now that said, I had planned that this would stay intact throughout the new build, because it was going to go all the way around the edge. Unfortunately, my plans have changed, and like all these things, they evolve through suggestion, through talking to others, and I've actually shortened the layout but made it even better, I hope, or I think I have anyway. What it means is that I cannot continue building the tables or even start building the tables without the room and the space. So sadly, as of this weekend, I think this weekend, I'm going to be packing down all the trains. Those are up on the wall there, will also be packed away because I need to decorate the walls. I need to change the configuration of the cabinets, unfortunately I've got to take what was No Name Junction apart, and to that end I will strip everything off that's useful, pack it down very, very carefully, and I will have a run around in a little while and show you. I've got tons of boxes waiting to be repacked. They're all sitting over there out the way, and yeah, it's a sad day really, because I'm in an iron putting this off, agonizing over the fact, can I possibly keep this going so I can at least run trains while I build the new layout? And the answer really is no, not really. I do need that extra room to do things properly, and otherwise something's not going to go right and I'm going to regret it just for the sake of running trains. So unfortunately for the next few months, Sandling Junction is just going to be progress reports really on the new tables, and eventually when I start laying some track, it's going to be a long way off, I think, from a running session, and I'm just going to have the memories of No Name Junction for that. I probably will have a little 4-foot, my little 4-foot DC test track, just to run some new trains as they come in before they get repacked again for another sunny day, as it were. But other than that, yeah, it's a sad day, but it's also a progressive day. So I'm sure there are many of you out there that have been in this situation where you've made a decision to rip up your existing layout and start afresh. And I know I've watched several of you and followed many channels out there, including of course Richard from Everard Junction, one of the major players as it were, who's done just that in the last year or so, and there are others, but yeah. So with that in mind, I'm going to have a little run round. I shall visit back and show you some of the rip down over this weekend, and some of the packings, maybe just some photos of such. There's no point in giving you tons of video and boring you. And at the same time, I'll end it with the final running session, I suppose. I shall put a few trains on, film them running round, and as much a memory for me as it is for anybody else. So yeah, moving forward, Sandling Junction, here we go. Watch this space. Bye for now, guys and girls. Bye bye. So, yeah, here we are. There is most of the boxes. A lot of the carriages and many of the wagons are already packed away, but there's a whole load more. Most of those larger 35-litre ones are full of empty engine loco boxes from the different manufacturers, so they will be repacked over the next few days, or a couple of days, and then we start demolishing. You can see there are still some trains on the track because I had a little bit of a last fling last night with a bit of filming, but this morning saw the ultimate destruction of the Scenics pretty much. I've salvaged everything that I think I can. There's one or two little pieces I'm going to try and get off if I can. And you will see also that on here 90% of the locos have been repacked in their boxes, and they are all indoors out the way. The remaining few will be packed today, and some of the Scenics and the bits and pieces of trees and stuff that I've made are in these boxes, the last of the trains. So yeah, sad really, but there you go. I've gone too far to say no, and we will carry on from here. The next bit will be probably no train track. We'll see. I've got to take the ADM turntable out and make that safe next, so that will take a bit of care. I'm not going to rush that one. I'll take all the track off around it and we'll go from there. Alright, catch you in a little while. Bye bye. Okay, well, what can I say? I've been painting today, but also packing away. All the trains have gone. They've been stored. The last few boxes have gone inside. My old, my new old ADM turntable is packed away carefully, and so that will wait for a new day. And all that track around it has gone, and I've cleared up. There are a few swimmers still in the pond. I'm afraid they're going to be staying there, and the guy still hasn't caught anything in his boat. But yeah, the DCC's gone. Everything's been put away. I actually got an old Hornby DC controller out, and I have been racing old Lima diesels just for the hell of it. So they are noisy, but let's have some fun. There we go. It's the Diesel Derby. If I shout loud enough over the noise of these things, you'll be able to hear it. Diesel Derby, Class 33s, and whatever the other one is. I'm not up on my diesels, so forgive me for not identifying what the one in the middle is. But it seems to be the runner-up as well. For the 233s, are doing well. Just a bit of fun. This whole thing will come apart in the next week now. Ready to order up the timber and start the build on the tables that are going round. Hi again. You've seen so far the destruction of No Name Junction. Well, please have a look at this and welcome in the future of Sandling Junction. This is an 18-foot square garage that it's being housed in. The bottom section is my painting studio. This is where I do all my work normally, and it's also got my modelling table in one corner as well by the door. But the rest of the 18-foot square is devoted to the trains, and we've modelled this, or at least I've done these plans, I think about version 20 odd now, and it's been done on Rail Modeler Pro. People like Paul from Galgorm Hall, who have been so helpful in bouncing ideas off and been tweaking here and doing bits there. So thanks again, Paul, for all the help that you've given me and all the time you've helped me out with this. But it's just quickly running around. We got the engine shed and the turntable and the fiddle yard, which is meant to represent Ashford and Ashford Works or Chart Leakin. And then we got a very simple up-down line main station with passing loops, which would be Ashford. But moving around from there, we got on the left-hand side, we got a high-level junction which will start down a grade. Now that is Sandling Junction. It used to be Sandling Junction, but in 1951 it was returned to just Sandling Station when the last of the single line that was left from the former double line was taken up and the branch line no longer existed. But that used to go down to a passenger one station at Hythe and then on to a station at Sandgate. Now Sandgate would have gone through to Folkestone Harbour, but the powers that be wouldn't allow and squashed the idea of that line extending, so it actually terminated at Sandgate. But because it used to go or would have gone to Folkestone Harbour, I wanted that peninsula and goods yard to represent a little harbour area. It's not Folkestone, it's nothing like Folkestone Harbour, but it's my little attempt at saying it's Folkestone Harbour in my world. So there you go. That's the plan. That's where we're going to go with it. I'm sure there will be tweaks done. Indeed, some of the straight lines and some of the abrupt curves will be softened and changed, but it's a little bit hard in a modelling program like this. So that will be done as I go. So the next job I've got to do is build all the tables. So with that in mind, moving forward, let's see what happens. Follow my progress and enjoy what is to come. I will chart in video how I get on from the building of the tables to the track line to all the other bits and pieces that go on, and at the same time I will end this now with a little running session and a final tribute to No Name Junction. All the best, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you on the next video, which I hope will be some tables. All the best for now, bye bye. Thanks for watching. If you've got any comments, please put them in the section below, especially those thoughts on the new layout of Sandling Junction. If you want to subscribe, hit the subscribe button, and at the same time there are other videos to watch there and there. Take a look. Catch you all next time round. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.